Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree or the kids' room or the junk drawer or the garage, and the list goes on and on and on. Anyway, I am so glad you are here. Thank you so much for your partnership in this ministry and taking time out of your day to watch this. If you haven't subscribed or liked the video, would you please do that? It's a big help. I guess it is. That's what the kids say, that it's a big help. Anyway, but no, I like it. It lets me know that people are out there, so that's good. And so thank you for that. Also, the last couple of weeks, I have officially opened up my coffee website. I roast coffee as kind of that side hustle, and pjsblessedbeans.com or pastorjohnsblessedbeans.com. There's no apostrophe. You can't have that in a web address, but straight across there, and you can take a look at some of the coffees I have available. There's still a code that's available on the blog that I haven't deactivated yet. It's buy one, get one free, so if you'd like to take advantage of that, I appreciate it, and it's good coffee. I've been roasting it since 2017 and haven't bought store-bought coffee since. I like it that much. So anyway, that's that. Let's see. We are looking at, this is for the 9th Sunday after Pentecost, looking at my notes and getting all that done and ready. I had also another fun experience. Early on in this week, I woke up and my left wrist, I'm left-handed, my left wrist was acting up, swollen. I don't know what I did, tendonitis probably. My first swear up, I did swear up, but my first swell up. Yeah, so I'm wearing this. Yeah, that's fun. That's always a nice thing. Anyway, we are now like 2 minutes into this, and we're finally getting to the children's sermon spring. Yes, and then I had to cut it off because I went off the rails again, but we're back. Yes, we're looking at the 9th Sunday after Pentecost, and we're looking at the first reading out of Genesis, and we're looking at the gospel reading out of Luke, which we have been doing the last couple of Sundays. This text, both the Genesis and this text remind me that we have a God that loves us and a God that's trustworthy and a God that we can believe. God wants to give us the kingdom, and which we could spend a lot of time unpacking, but the idea of do not be afraid, little flock. This idea that I love that image of God wrapping God's arms around us and loving us so much. And that in the Genesis text, we hear the promise, and it was reckoned to him as righteousness. This idea that that we have a God that we can believe, and we have a God that we can trust. And so the items I'm looking at, kind of some springboard items. I'm pulling this up again because my brain is going 100 different miles an hour. But a couple of ideas. So at the Dollar Tree, I'm looking at, they've got those expandable toys that say, like, expands 300,000 times the size. Well, at least that's what my brain says, but it's like 300 times the size, and it's like either a little gecko or a dinosaur, or they have those little capsules that dissolve in water, and it's like that, and then it becomes a sponge little creature like this. So there's that where we see it and we go, oh, I wonder, let's give this a try. Let's see if this will work. Or they've got they call them magic towels, but they're compressed to about that size, and you put them in water and they expand. They're like a washcloth. Or the other item around that is looking at something that says, like, now tastes better, or new recipe, or something like that, where there are things that they say on the package that we go, should I believe this? I don't know. It's kind of like the statement we make in our congregations, all are welcome. And we know that that's not always the case. I always say, a lot of times we say, all are welcome, and then there's an asterisk, because there's so many folks out there that go, yeah, all are welcome until I show up. And so that idea that how do we put that love of God into practice as we welcome everyone. And that could be an entire whole. I mean, we are at Zion. We are entering into the RIC process, and we'll have about a year where we're looking at that. And the hard part about that is we go, but we're already welcoming. Yeah, we know that. But the folks that don't feel welcome, we need to make that clear. All that to be said is that as we hear a God that is faithful and a God who is loving and a God who we can trust, God continually shows that and shows that to us through Jesus Christ and through the acts that God has made, and that God's grace pours out upon us. And then when we look at what we're called to do as Christians and how we are called to love and welcome. So the whole springboard of this, back to the beginning, the whole springboard of this is that we have a God that loves us, a God that desires the best for us, and that we, in faith, trust our God, that we, in faith, respond to what God has done for us. And so there's the things that we see, that we question, and we go, does this pen really work better than the pen before? Does this chocolate bar taste better than the chocolate bar before? As a completely throwback, does New Coke taste as much or better than Coke Classic? We could go into a whole thing there, but that's the springboard. I'm hoping this can be useful for you in your own children's sermon, and thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for taking this bit out of your week, and may God's blessings be on you. And by the way, if you don't know it, you're rocking it. Your congregations and your kids are thankful for what you do. Sometimes they forget to tell you, so let me be the one to do that. You're rocking it. All right, peace. We'll see you next week.